You know, we talked a little about the fact that this is a competition. I was intrigued about the fact, looking at your press kit, at all the different categories that you put people through. Everything from ballroom dancing to the weaponry that we saw earlier, video of them attempting some some use of the weapons there long ago, to entertainment skills, including music. And you mentioned earlier manners were better back then, so 19th century etiquette.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell me more about these competitions and how people fare and how they work.
Well, I mean, I'm out of character now because I have my hat on. Of course. I mean, people don't take their hat off anymore. This is sort of little stuff. It's just more genteel, I guess you could say. You know, less of a rush. And so, you know, in terms of competition, I mean, we're just showing you a little bit here, but I mean, you know, we had some incidences where, you know, the participants didn't take their hat off fast enough when they came in the house, and the drill sergeant let them have it. Being too forward with the ladies, not dressing properly, not having it all the way buttoned. I mean, little stuff that it's just a different time period. You know, it's just a different era that's recalled with this show. That for some reason, I mean, I think it resonates now with just. I mean, we've gone so much the other way. You know, that now, you know, maybe it's time for it to come back a little bit to the roots of America and Americana and where we came from. And it's good for people to know.
Yeah.
You know, everything didn't start in, you know, the year 2000.
Now, do you have plans when this program goes on the air to have all of the contestants compete in all of the categories, or do they get to choose based on their skills? Because certainly not everyone can ballroom dance or sing. Or
that's why it's fun.
That's why it's fun. So you are going to make everybody
yeah. I mean, you know, you got to create the tension, right? You know, what's fun is that each week there's a different competition and the elimination. And again, it's formulaic that way, but on another level, as a more intelligent approach to reality TV, frankly.
I want to see those guys who were just having trouble turning the same way doing the ballroom dancing. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It really is.
Tell me, when you're trying to sell a program like this to a television network, what are the kind of challenges and things that you have to think through? I mean, beyond the $1 million prize, because I'm sure that's a real big one, but what other things do you have to really work on?
Well, you really need to have a complete package, which we feel we have. I mean, and you have to have a hook. And, you know, our hook is the Civil War. I mean, I'm upfront about it. And, you know, combined with the rock and roll soundtrack and reality TV, and then to have kind of the whole package, you know, maybe our website isn't the greatest website in the world, but we do have a website that you can go to for information.
Yeah.
You know, and so I try, when I'm been producing this, in addition to, you know, maintaining the land and house and managing that and doing weddings there, is to try to get, you know, the 15 or, you know, 20 different things that you need to have a hit. I mean, and put it in place with no budget. So what we've done now, we were fortunate enough, I was up at a television conference in New York City a few weeks ago, dressed like this with some material, and I was fortunate enough to meet some folks from a company called Can Do Films out of Los Angeles, and they do a lot of work in Hollywood, and they really liked the concept, and the reason they came over was I was dressed this way, and the first thing they said was, "Oh, our director of photography is a Civil War nut. You know, he would love this." And, you know, what are you doing? It's like, what's a reality show, and it's in the Civil War. And, you know, when I was telling people this 2 years ago, it's like, you know, get out the straitjacket. Who is this guy?
Yeah.
But once they think about it, and now that, you know, now that it's becoming real, and it is interesting, and there's so much interest that, you know, a lot of these shows on TV, you know, especially if you get on cable, I mean, you know, you don't have to pull 10 million people. You know, a hit on cable or PBS, you know, if you draw 1 million people. I mean, I think this would be a great show for PBS, frankly.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it would really work, but it depends on, you know, I guess who shows interest. And I'm definitely, you know, the kind of person that it's within reason that we can pull this off because of what I've done with the Landon House. I mean, that was a monumental task. Trying to save that.
Anything
put it in a
else
TV
seems
show.
like nothing, right? You have to restore that home.
Exactly.